She scored a world record of 10,868 runs. The first captain to lead India to 2 World Cup finals. She's the Padma Shri. She is the Khel Ratna awardee. Ladies and gentlemen, her biopic recently released, which says Sabhash Mittu. Please put your hands together as I welcome on stage Mithali Raj. There is nothing that's not been asked and there is nothing that's not been answered by you. So we're going to try and keep the next couple of minutes a little fun, candid. I'm going to keep it a little off track from the regular bit of interviews that you've been doing. I'm going to call this the Unscripted with Mithali Raj and probably me. You've got to be extremely honest. Please do not hide anything because janta sab kuch janti hai, all right? Cool. So let's get this started. First up, the world knows you were very lazy at one point in time. You were a sleepyhead.
The world doesn't know. I made sure the world knows.
Yeah. How on earth were you then waking up at 4 a.m. for practices?
You have your mother around. I'm sure everybody at some point felt, mother's hand on
Okay, this is something that I have personally observed too. The moment you got into the World Cup final, your men followers on social media quadrupled. Okay? Now tell me, did you feel more bad that you lost the finals or you felt extremely happy that you now have more men followers on social media?
Are you stalking me on social media?
Of course I am stalking you. Of course I'm stalking the greatest woman cricketer of all times. Yes.
My Twitter account was already, somebody hacked it in the middle of the tournament. They didn't wait till the World Cup final. Losing the World Cup final is a little touchy.
Of course it is.
Side.
I heard you say that you can eat idli every single day of your life. Now, how have you been managing your diet?
I said. It's not like I'm eating idli every day of my life. And when we used to be on two-wheelers, hopping from one ground to the other, the easiest breakfast that you can get on the streets is idli. And you still get it. And it is tasty as ever if you eat it on the streets. And I feel that, 2 idlis is enough to fill your stomach.
Okay.
At least my stomach.
I've seen you do this personally because I host a lot of these gigs at the stadium when I'm doing the cheering for the audience and all that. Sometimes you're sitting with this thick, big, fat books in the stadium, reading before you're going into bat. Now tell me something. Who are you trying to avoid? Your own teammates or the opponents?
I'm trying to avoid my teammates.
Tell me the truth. No, why would you do that?
You tend to play the entire match sitting in the dugout when it is not like that. And when you get your opportunity to go into bat, then you're already feeded in with all those comments, the chatter things which happens around you. You carry it into when you're batting. So which I didn't want it. So that's why I want to transport it to a different world. And I started to read. There's times when, the very interesting stories and I never wanted to go and bat and wanted to finish the book.
All right, and that's the time when you have these people coming, Didi, aapka turn aa gaya, Didi, ab kya hoga, Didi, ab kuch kar lo, Didi, right? Okay, now tell me, does sledging happen in women's cricket? Is there a lot of gali galoch that happens?
We're talking about technology, there are matches on television. I'm sure people can do lip reading, don't you? Why are you asking me this question?
I just want to know, against which team do you face the maximum sledging that you all do?
I didn't face, probably once I did.
Do you remember anything that came to you like a sledge?
I probably will skip that because it's a tad little controversial because it happened with Pakistan. So.
Oh, okay. Let's put this picture up on screen. Here goes. Here's a picture. Now, of course, you are there, right there with...
Now, don't ask them to figure out who's Mithali there.
Of course not.
And I will get offended if you don't pick the right one.
It's very clear there's Julian there and right next to that is Mithali. Now tell me, I want you to get creative, let those creative juices flow, get a little erratic and the most interesting response will walk away your prize and Mithali will choose that most interesting response. What do you think they are laughing about? Or they are chuckling about? Yes, what do you think they're laughing about?
I had idli this morning, you had it too?
I had idli this morning, did you have it too? And they're laughing about it.
I don't have to bat anymore and you don't have to bowl anymore.
I don't have to bat anymore, you don't have to bowl anymore. I don't know if that is one of the recent picks, but that's a very relevant one. Give him a round of applause, that's a nice one.
अरे ये मैच जीत जाएंगे तो इतना पैसा हो जाएगा कि रिटायरमेंट आराम से बीत जाएगा।
ओह ये मैच जीत जाएंगे तो इतना पैसा मिल जाएगा कि रिटायरमेंट आराम से हो जाएगा। Mithali, which out of those 4 did you like? I just have to give out a prize to somebody.
The one he said that I don't have to bat and she doesn't have to bowl because that though the pitch is not the current one, she's retired recently, so have I. And that gentleman who said that had we won the World Cup final, paise to aur zyada honge.
Fantastic. Give it up for both those gentlemen. In men's cricket, there are obviously, when we look at the T20 cricket, there's IPL and all of it, there are always these very cheerful, beautiful, glamorous cheerleaders dancing and celebrating every shot of theirs, every wicket of theirs. Have you ever felt in women's cricket, we should also have some nice handsome hunks as cheerleaders dancing for us? Have you requested the BCCI ever like this?
I didn't request it, but we definitely had the thought crossing our mind, for sure. You know, on a lighter side, if it happens, I would like to see how many women turn up to the stadiums.
Okay. You know, when we go watch these men's cricket matches, there are a lot of these placards that go up in the stadium, right? Virat, will you marry me? I love you, and all of that. In the women's cricket, have you ever seen anyone hold a placard like that?
We were playing in South Africa, Johannesburg, and the coach apparently, he literally, touched my shoulder. He said, "Tere liye placard hai, dekhe, wo shaadi karna chahta hai tere se."
Now that is a long-standing question about you and your marriage. I'm going to come to that a little after the question. And this could get a tad bit serious, or probably a tad bit emotional. It could be a little uncomfortable, awkward space, but I want to touch it because we're just trying to be very honest and open here. I'm going to put up a picture that you tweeted, and I want you to let us know, how did you handle this moment? Can I have picture number 3, please? Picture number 3. Now, look at that picture. That picture itself creates a lot of silence in everybody's heart.
When this picture was taken, clearly, I had to be there for my teammates. So I couldn't really share what I was feeling personally. As players, all of them have put in so much of hard work preparing for that ODI World Cup past 2 years, before that 2 years. 5.5 hours we were right there at the top. And the last 30 minutes, the game twisted in the axis. Probably the England team snatched the win from our hand.
Our heart goes out for every person out there, but nevertheless, you made us proud 2 times in the World Cup final, guys. Come on, let's hear it from Mithali Raj. Let's have this one last picture. There goes. Let's take a look. Wow, look at that. Look at that look out there. I want people out here to caption this picture. And if Mithali likes that, you walk away with the prize. Mithali, please listen to these, okay?
The thing is, chal aaja.
Chal aaja. That's a very Mithali attitude. Lovely. I like that too. Yes, please.
Mithali's way of saying, taggede ledu.
Taggede ledu. That's a very local one, huh?
Unstoppable.
Unstoppable! I love it. Okay, last response. There's a lady here who wants to take it up. Yes, what do you want to give that picture a title?
Meet me on the other side.
Are you telling me or... Okay, that's a caption. That's a caption. The way she said, meet me on the other side, I would love to. Oh, lovely responses. Mithali, give me 1 or 2 that you liked out of all.
I think the unstoppable.
The unstoppable. Give it up for him, please. Come on. But I asked you this 5 years ago when we met at another event for SBI. And you kind of said, okay, I'm open to it. Have you written off marriage completely? Because there are millions of proposals that are coming to you from the guys. Why aren't you entertaining any of them? That's my personal question. I have emailed a couple of times. I
didn't get your email. I don't know, probably you've written it to some other else.
No, I have personally texted you on Instagram and I've also written emails. But tell me, have you written off marriage? What's the scene on that?
I feel that I have better purposes in life to chase.
So she's not written off marriage, she's just written off men. I have some better things.
I didn't say that too. I didn't say that.
Nevertheless, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the greatest woman cricketer of all times. The Padma Shri, the Khel Ratna, the Arjuna awardee. Ladies and gentlemen, the Subhash Mittu, the Mithali Raj. Give her a big round of applause. And thank you from Gainsters for being here. Thank you.